Um, Daniel's going to present his topic first, and then I'll present my topic, and then we're going to discuss current events, which we're mainly going to be discussing the coronavirus and a lot of theories related to it. And then we're going to wrap everything up. Shout outs, voicemails, all that good stuff. So that's what we have planned for today. Some of you may be wondering where Donnie and Kate are. I can tell you exactly where they're at. They found out about this coronavirus a couple weeks ago. They went down into hiding in their bunker, and we have not heard from them since. So they are hiding and trying to wait this virus out. So that's where they're at right now.
I believe they are trying to send me Morse code to communicate.
Oh.
Sadly, I don't understand Morse code. I don't know how to translate it, so all I've been getting is dots.
You're like, oh, that's a really cool Donnie.
Wait, did I just hear sandstorm?
That's what you send back to him. Like,
Donnie just down there. Why is he sending me sandstorm?
But yeah, that's where they're at. So if you're wondering where they're at, they should be back. But we don't know when. They're hunkered down. So anyways, moving on. So now let's get into some theories. Dan, you're going to start it off today. What is your theory for today? Let me hear it. I want to hear it.
All right, Aaron, you know what fluoride is, right?
I think I know what it is. Isn't it the stuff they put in toothpaste or something?
Yes. Fluoride is pretty much to help fight tooth decay. They put it in toothpaste, they put it in mouthwash, and now in 1945, they started putting it in water. Well, technically it's already been in water, but they added more to it, since fluoride comes from fluorine, which is already in the soil.
Okay, so they added it to water additionally. I mean, there's already been, what you're saying, like from the soil and everything, fluoride's already been in the water, but they started adding additional amounts of fluoride to the water in 1945, correct?
Yes, as a controlled experiment. So the most in like groundwater, between 0.01 to 0.3 ppm, which is parts per million. But now with them adding fluoride to the water for the controlled experiment, they went up from 0.3 to 0.7. So they added another 0.4 because they thought that it would be good to see how well the fluoridated water would help fight tooth decay in children in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where they decided to do their controlled experiment.
And this was in 1945, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And the results that were written, they waited 5 years, I guess, to see how well it worked. The results showed that it was a significant reduction in cavities for kids. So it did seem to work. So it sounds like a winning situation there. So the U.S. Public Health Services made it a policy in 1951 for fluoride to be in effect in the water. So by 1960, fluoride in the water was widely used in the United States, reaching to about 50 million people already.
So just based on that one small study, how they determined the entire United States needs to put fluoride in their water?
Yeah.
What the hell?
It was like a 60% reduction in tooth decay in children.
Do you think maybe they just took the candy away and the sodas away from that town?
I mean, it could be. It's Michigan. I mean, they probably just cut it off, try to push it into Lake Michigan.
All right.
But, yeah, so, this was them saying, like, we're putting fluoride in the water to help prevent cavities and such, since, people can't afford, like, insurance all the time, and it would pretty much help people save money, and it would benefit their health for their teeth. So it sounds like they're watching out for the people.
Okay.
But, there are other side effects to fluoride, especially in kids. So the one major thing that I found was that in China, China, they did a test and found out that pretty much a pregnant woman drinks enough fluoride, pretty much excessive amount, it could actually affect the kids when they get to age about 3 or 4. They show that their IQ is actually lower than the normal.
Yeah, I think I read something about this. It was also done in like a Harvard study or something.
Yeah, but even with that, they're still like, we need to do more studies before we actually say that's legitimately what's happening. Which, I like the fact that they want to do more tests about it, but obviously it doesn't seem like a top priority.
No. I mean, if you say fluoride's bad, you're looked at as like a conspiracy theory quack job or something, you know?
Yeah, and that's the one thing they said. They're just like, well, with this finding, a lot of conspiracy theorists are going to jump on it, which I don't think they should, because it's, we're trying to figure out things still. I mean, like, it's in the toothpaste, it's in the mouthwash. They find that it's better if you use it directly onto the teeth. So if you're drinking water, yeah, it touches the teeth, but it's actually then you're drinking the fluoride, not like how toothpaste and mouthwash you spit out.
Well, if you use it on your teeth and you're scrubbing your teeth with bristles, the bristles are they also tell you to brush your gums. There has to be some sort of an absorption of that fluoride through your gums.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah, so, it makes me think, like, we're getting more fluoride than we're supposed to with them adding it in the water. Especially nowadays with as many toothpaste they have out there and mouthwashes.
Yep.
And I've looked up the different side effects that you get from having too much fluoride in your system. Some of the conditions and, health effects are pretty outrageous. Then, the lower stuff is, acne and other skin problems. Then you get to cardiovascular problems, then high blood pressure, heart failure, reproductive issues such as lower fertility and early puberty in girls.
And this is all from fluoride, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then thyroid dysfunction, then the conditions affecting the joints and bones, such as osteoarthritis, bone cancer. Then they have the other one is neurological problems, possibly leading to ADHD.
I read an article about that one as well, as that was the main, supposedly theorized that fluoride was the main leading cause of ADD and ADHD.
Yeah. And then, there's other ones. There's dental fluorosis.
The hell is that?
Dental fluorosis is characterized by visual changes in the appearance of the teeth. So pretty much like white spots on the teeth, brown stains. Yeah, it honestly kind of reminds me you drink coffee, your teeth turn brown, but then there's white spots.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything.
Yeah, but that usually happens for with kids during their childhood when they're under age 2, I believe. But then, so you got dental fluorosis, then you got skeletal fluorosis, which is a bone disease that involves the accumulation of fluoride in the bone over many years. So that one is a painful disease that may change bone structure in severe cases, and particularly common in some regions in Asia where groundwater is very high in fluoride.
So if there's these studies that affects our health, why would the government allow such a thing? What is the purpose of fluoride besides them saying, okay, it's good for your teeth?
So the main theory behind it is that they're using fluoride to lower the IQ of the people to make it easier for the government to use mind control on them. So I'm like,
Is there any facts? Do you find any facts backing that up?
Not really. That one's that's the main one though for it. But there's really no facts in it, because they've been putting more fluoride in the water since 1940s, and honestly, it doesn't seem like it's really doing too much for mind control other than just affecting our health.
Well, I could see it instead of mind control. I could see it being used to. This is going to sound totally Alex Jones, but I could see it being used to make the people more docile, right? They're turning the freaking frogs gay, or to use it to make the people, kind of continue on this whole, you gotta be a wage slave. If you know what I mean by saying wage slave, you're told to go to school, you're told to go to college, you get huge amounts of debts, and then you go and work until you're 75 and 80, and then you can pray for at least 5 good years of your, retirement, and then you die. But the entire time you're paying taxes into the government, which is funding the elites, funding their wars and funding them continue. And then you keep this continuous pattern throughout the generations, because you tell your kids to do that and they tell theirs, and that's what they're supposed to do. And you're born this wage slave, and you're not really free. And it's not bashing anybody who lives like that, because if you want to live like that, by all means, do whatever you want to do. But I think if this fluoride is used as a way to keep the people docile, it's a pretty brilliant way. But if you look at have you looked up and seen what other countries have banned fluoride?
Europe
Europe
has.
Yeah.
They decided to stop adding fluoride to public drinking water due to safety concerns, pretty much. They see it as, they kind of argue that this practice in adding fluoride to water is pretty much mass medication.
Yeah, I can see it. Unconsented mass medication. That's 100% right.
Yeah, because it started in the U.S. in the 1940s, and about 70% of the U.S. population currently receives fluoridated water.
God dang.
Yeah. With knowing that, I threw a little theory in. This it's pretty one of those simple theories, pretty much. It's all about the money. It's all about the elitist people making more money. Say, we'll put fluoride in your water to help you prevent cavities and such, but you know how most medications, you hear a commercial on medications, like you take this for asthma, and then they go to list the side effects that could happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I was watching that earlier. It's everything in the goddamn sun that they list off.
Yeah, so it making you more dependent on more drugs to counteract the one that you are originally taking for the main cause of you taking the damn medicine. So pharmaceutical companies are just making bank off of people, pretty much keeping you prescribed to you, like medication prescribed to you. So that's more money you have to pay them to stay healthy.
Yep, it's all about the pharmaceutical companies, the healthcare companies, the medical insurance companies, all about them making the dollar off of you. And just touching back on the medicine thing, and prescriptions being shown on TV commercials, it's the ones that, are you depressed? Do you need to get rid of depression? Take this medicine. And then it's like, side effects may be suicidal tendencies. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is the entire freaking purpose of the medicine then?
But, with me saying that, I just want to let people know, I'm not against medications.
No.
There are medications out there that do help people, like antibiotics. Like, I love antibiotics. When I get sick, I want the doctor to give me antibiotics. Yeah, but, just reading up on that, like, it honestly turns me to where, like, I don't drink tap water. I buy bottles of water. I try to find one, that doesn't have a lot of shit in it. Then, like, I'm actually switching to those 5-gallon water tanks now that you take to, like, get at the store and shit.
Okay.
I'm switching to those because I'm already got toothpaste and mouthwash. I don't need no more fluoride in me.
I like that theory, Dan. Is fluoride good or bad? You think it's good or bad? Make your decision now. Gun to your fucking head. Is it good or is it bad, Dan? Gun to your head.
In moderate doses, good. Pow.
Well, thank you for that. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
Yeah, listeners, let us know what you think. Fluoride, good or bad? We need to have a poll with this.
Yeah, I can actually post a poll up on Instagram. Is fluoride good
do it.
or bad? I'll have it up for, I don't know how long I can leave it up for, but I'll post it up and you make your decision. Is it good or bad? All right. So you ready for the next theory?
Dude, I'm ready. You sound so excited about your theory. I'm ready for it.
Apparently, this theory was popular a couple years ago, and I never even knew about it or heard about it until I scroll when I was in the depths of the deepest, darkest web, scrolling through the conspiracy forums. I came across a picture that drew my attention that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let me start looking it up. And then I said, whoa, that is exactly what I'm covering on Next Thoughts and Theories Thursday. So, my theory is titled Justin Trudeau Theory. Before we hop deep into this giant theory, Daniel, I'm going to have to explain a few of the players in it. So everybody kind of gets the feel of what this theory is. But the main person that this theory revolves around is Justin Trudeau. So let me first explain who Justin Trudeau is for those who don't know. So let me set the scene. It's March of 1971. The Prime Minister of Canada at the time was Pierre Trudeau. And he married Canadian author, actress, and former television talk show hostess Margaret Sinclair. Now, this was March of 1971, okay? Mm-hmm. Only 9 short months later, on Christmas Day of 1971, Justin Trudeau was born. Okay? So, Justin Trudeau was born December 25th, 1971. His father was Pierre Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. His mother, Canadian author, actress, right, Margaret Sinclair. So everything was looking good for Pierre Trudeau, right? And his new wife. For the first few years, the couple initially appeared to have a very close and loving relationship, but the marriage soon began to fall apart. Margaret, of course, started to resent her husband's constant work ethic, and because of this, she was forced to raise her 3 young sons largely by herself. So she, of course, was getting all this attention by the news press since she was the prime minister's wife, right? All the news people, tabloids wanted to take pictures of her, and she was like always in the news. She ended up getting fed up with it and started acting out. So, for example, just to name a few things she did, one time decided to try to smuggle drugs in her husband's luggage, who was the Prime Minister of Canada.
No cure for fools.
Another time, she went to this popular nightclub called Studio 51, and she was barely dressed in any clothes and started to dance. And if that's not enough, to top it all off, she had an affair with U.S. Senator Ted Kennedy and multiple members of the Rolling Stones. She was doing it all, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. So, of course, Pierre Trudeau was like, F this, I'm out, see ya, bitch. And then in 1977, when Justin Trudeau was only 6 years old, mother and father divorced. So, who do you think got full custody?
The wife.
No, well, that's what I would think. But, I mean, you gotta think his father's the prime minister, right? So, of course, Pierre Trudeau, he got full custody of his son Justin and raised him. So let's fast forward from 1977. Let's fast forward all the way to 2015. In 2015, Justin Trudeau becomes Canada's 23rd prime minister. So he's following the footsteps of his dad, right? Mm-hmm. And at this point, I'm sure everyone is like, where are you going with this, Aaron? That's fucking boring. I don't give a shit. Okay, just stay with me here. Hold on to your Montauk chairs, because this one is a little crazy, okay? Now, we're going to cover one more person real quick before I connect all the dots. The next person we're going to cover is Fidel Alejandro Castro, also known as Fidel Castro. So for those of you who do not know who Fidel Castro is, I'll try to sum it up as simply and quickly as I can so we can get through this. So basically, in the 1950s, Fidel Castro and a lot of other people were fed up with the corrupt Cuban government. Fidel Castro said enough was enough and decided to lead a revolution to dispose of the corrupt Cuban government at the time. And you got to keep in mind, too, in the 50s, the Cuban government was largely controlled by the United States. So Fidel Castro was a citizen. He was like, fuck this, I'm taking over. And he led this giant revolution, right? So Fidel took power on January 1st, 1959. The United States initially thought, okay, well, he could be easily corruptible. You know, they corrupted all the other Cuban leaders between 1898 and 1959. But Fidel said, nope, I don't play that way, and told USA to go get effed. Mm-hmm. Fidel Castro went publicly and said he wanted to work with the Cuban people and wanted to get rid of the USA's strangled hold on the Cuban economy. Now, just note that in 1958, the USA controlled almost 90% of the Cuban economy. Okay. So, what did Fidel do? He created a communist state. You know, a communist state has its good bits. It has like free healthcare and education, but it had its bad bits, like very slow growth and economy. So during this time, Fidel Castro was the main guy of Cuba. The United States was in a Cold War with the Soviet Union, and the United States and Soviets wanted to nuke each other, right? Fidel Castro didn't help himself out at all in this matter and decided to let the Soviet Union store some nuclear armed missiles in Cuba, which was just 90 miles away from the United States. All right, so that's like a quick summary of Fidel Castro, right? So why do I mention Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro? Well, what if I were to tell you that Justin Trudeau, the current Prime Minister of Canada, was a love child between his mother Margaret and Fidel Castro?
She got around.
Pretty crazy, huh? I bet you I can make you believe that if you give me 5 minutes.
You know what? I'll give you 6. Go.
Okay. So I'll make this quick. So the first thing, if you search this, Snopes is going to be the first thing that pops up and tries to debunk it. And I'm all for facts and research, but in my opinion, Snopes is bullshit, and they always defend the status quo on any controversial issue. But it is good at sometimes to look and see exactly how they manipulate the readers to reach the conclusions they want them to reach, but I try to steer clear of Snopes. Anyways, so let me explain and present this theory with facts to support it and see if you'll reach the same conclusion as I did. So the facts. All right, you ready?
Bring it.
Pierre Trudeau, Justin's supposed father, and Fidel Castro have always been close. When Pierre Trudeau passed away, Fidel Castro even attended his funeral. Okay, not a big deal. The Trudeaus visited Cuba on several occasions. On one occasion, they visited Cuba when Justin was only 4 months old. I actually found a picture of when they visited during that time. And guess what? It showed Fidel Castro holding Justin and Margaret standing close by. So I'm going to show you that pic right now. So the picture, I'm going to post this picture on Instagram if you want to go see it too. I just sent it to Daniel. It is a picture of Fidel Castro, black and white picture, of course, of Fidel Castro standing at the airport with Margaret Trudeau, Justin Trudeau's mom, looking at Justin as Fidel Castro holds Justin as a baby.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting, right? You're thinking, okay, he holds a lot of babies. A lot of presidents hold babies, right? Okay. So let's move on to some photo comparisons of the two. So you can see below on that picture, it has a photo comparison. I'm going to send you another picture real quick that I have, Dan, that you can look over the photo. I just fucking clicked on Photoshop on accident. God dang it. Okay, here we go with 20-minute load time.
That's not that one, is it?
God dang it. You beat me to it. Okay, so that's the comparison photo. What do you think of that?
The resemblance is fucking uncanny right there.
Yeah, they look, when you look at pictures of them side by side, Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro, they look so much alike.
Dude, the nose. The
Yeah.
nose, the eyes, staring at his lips. But no, but literally, it's like even head shape.
Yeah, they look a ton alike. So, now that we've established the similar appearance, we need to figure out, is it even possible that Fidel met with Margaret before Justin's conception? So, I did some digging. And it turns out, in fact, Pierre and Fidel met for the first time 1 year before Justin was born.
Oh.
Pierre Trudeau and Fidel Castro crossed paths when the Canadian government sought to negotiate the exile of members of the FLQ who had kidnapped a British Trade Commissioner, James Cross. Fidel Castro said, "Oh, okay," and provided a refuge, and in a private letter he wrote Mr. Trudeau later and extended his heartfelt gratitude. So it established a relationship between Pierre Trudeau and Fidel Castro. Now, it's not like them two can bump weeders and make a baby, but that established a relationship between them two in 1970, okay? So they know each other. Now let's talk about Justin's mother, Margaret Trudeau, okay? She's a fucking hoe.
Yes.
Just plain and simple. She was also known to be a drug addict. And something else that we mentioned earlier about the Rolling Stones, there's a rumor that there was a gangbang with them. So she was no stranger to sex scandals. For an example, she spent her 6th wedding anniversary without her husband and instead went partying with the Rolling Stones at a Toronto nightclub and then ended the night in Mick Jagger's limousine. Mm-hmm. And like we said earlier, she banged United States Senator Ted Kennedy. So basically, she's the female version of Bill Clinton. I mean, we can establish that, right?
Yeah.
So we have that. She's, all good for her. Good for her. So all that was some evidence, and I was still on the fence. Dan. I was like, there's nothing really good that's pointing and saying, okay, besides the pictures of them looking alike, then again, I look like Brad Pitt, but I'm not his son, So you want to hear the most damning evidence that I came across?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to present you the evidence that solidified it for me. So there's an individual named Fidel Castro Diaz Balart. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was a nuclear physicist and a government official. He was also the oldest of Fidel Castro's children. On February 1st, 2018, suffering from deep depression, Fidel Castro's oldest son committed suicide. Before committing suicide, he had left a handwritten suicide note, and it said some pretty crazy stuff on it. In the note, he said that Justin Trudeau was his half-brother. He also said, and I quote, "My father was always comparing me unfavorably with Justin and dismissing my achievements in comparison to his success in Canada. But what was I to do? I am Cuban. My brother is Canadian. If he was born and raised in Cuba, and he would have lived in our father's shadow forever just like me." End quote.
Damn.
Right there. Right in your face. Oh, man.
Yep. So what's weird is, like, while you're reading that, I, like, looked up some stuff. You know, this one thing says, like, it was published in 2018. They're just like, yeah, Margaret never met up with Fidel Castro until Justin was about 4 years old. And I'm just like, and what is that picture you just showed me?
Yeah, that picture right there completely disproves that.
Yeah, he's not 4 years old.
He's
That's a
4
fucking
months
baby.
old. Yeah, but my whole conclusion about this thing is that at some point in 1970, Fidel and Margaret Sinclair hooked up, most likely with Pierre's consent. Given the decade and her drug habits, it wouldn't have been unusual, you know? It is also no surprise that a globalist cuck like Pierre would also literally be a cuck, tolerant enough to raise Fidel's son for him.
What do they say? Happy wife, happy life?
Yeah, oh my God.
I mean, just look at Pierre. Just look at, he's just like, yeah, I'd let that happen. Just his wiki picture.
Yeah, he's just like, he's the type of guy that would be sitting in the corner eating cereal, you know, and just watching.
Like, oh yeah, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
that's nice. That's nice.
I'm gonna raise that kid just like my own. Don't worry.
Anyways, I thought that was a pretty interesting theory, you know, Justin Trudeau.
You know, this is one of those things that we should have brought up during human cloning.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we should have brought that up during human cloning.
Because that right there is very, you know, they look very, very similar.
Yes, they do. So, if you had to say it, if you had to take a guess, yay or nay?
Oh, I would have said that's his son.
That's his
no.
son. Okay, yeah, I believe it too, 100%. I believe Justin Trudeau, that his father was Fidel Castro, 100%. And I'll post pictures on my Instagram for any of the listeners who want to go take a peek.
I mean, you just look at Pierre and Margaret, and then you compare them to Justin. Then you look at Margaret and Fidel and compare it to Justin. There's more resemblance to Fidel than Pierre, hands down.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And the fact that Justin looks Cuban with his mustache, it doesn't even look Canadian. I would never have guessed he was Canadian. It's crazy.
Anyways,
I mean, she looks like a partier too.
Yeah, she does. All right, so now we move on to topic 3. Dan, do you want to tell us a little bit about the coronavirus?
So the epicenter of the outbreak right now is Wuhan, China. From multiple resources, the coronavirus is zoonotic, meaning it is transmitted between animals and people. Many of the initial cases were linked to a seafood and meat market in Wuhan. Chinese health officials said human-to-human transmission has been confirmed.
Yeah, I heard it was like similar to like SARS and MERS, how MERS was made from from camels in the Middle East, and SARS were from bats, and that this coronavirus was either from someone they don't really know for sure, but either from someone eating a bowl of bat soup or either them eating a live snake. So, I don't know. But what are some symptoms of it? Like, if I was to get it, what would I feel?
You would get symptoms of fever, dry cough, pneumonia, breathing difficulties, diarrhea, body aches, kidney failure. Now keep in mind, these are symptoms that are being reported by officials. There have been other reports from different sources that are stating the symptoms happen and then go away, but then afterwards, when you think you are healthy, you then have a total organ shutdown.
Yeah, that's... Ooh.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay, it's not too bad, but the last part, if that's true, that if you get those symptoms, then they go away and you think you're healthy, and then your organs start shutting down. That's bad.
Yeah, because I know they said it starts off like it pretty much pneumonia-like symptoms, pretty much upper respiratory infections and shit like that. But man, I hope that's the last part's not true.
Yeah, I hope it's not true either. But just like any kind of like flu or cold, the transmission of it is through coughs, sneezes, or anything from an infected person, or even touching a contaminated object that somebody may have sneezed on, of course, or somebody sneezes on your food, right? So the transmission is normal.
Man, that kind of scares me.
Yeah, that does. I don't even want to go out now.
Me and my girlfriend went out to eat today, and our waitress, every time she walked away, she would start coughing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Was she Chinese?
No.
Okay, you're
She was
good
an old
then.
white lady.
Okay.
But, still, though. Still kind of scary.
Yeah. So, as of January 26th, 2020, so that's today, we're recording this as of January 26th, and this comes out on Thursday, so I'm pretty sure if these numbers are going to be wrong, they're going to be higher, so don't shame us for it. We're giving you the current numbers that we have right now. 1,975 people have been infected, and 56 people have died because of it, and that's according to the nation's National Health Commission. The outbreak has spread rapidly over the last 7 days. It has infected people in Hong Kong, United States, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, France, Japan, Taiwan, Vietnam, Israel, Russia, Singapore, South Korea, Canada, and Nepal. So this is like spread almost damn near everywhere. I know North Korea, once they heard about this outbreak, it didn't happen like a month ago when it started. When they heard about this, North Korea said, bloop, they shut everything down. They said, we're not going to allow.
Do you want the updated tally number right now? Currently right now?
It's changed?
Yeah, so this was 3 hours ago, I believe. Right now, new infections in the United States were found in people traveling from Wuhan. In China, the tally jumped to more than 2,700 cases.
Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, my number's 1975. That was from like 3 o'clock this afternoon. So it's what, 2,700?
So what it says, here's what you need to know. Death toll rises to at least 80. Wuhan may have 1,000 more cases. A 5th U.S. case has been confirmed.
Okay, I've seen that.
Let's see, the epidemic has entered a more serious and complex period. Yeah, those are pretty much the updated numbers right now that I just found.
Jesus. Dude, that's kind of scary. No wonder Donnie and Kate are in the bunker. They knew what was going on. Jesus. So, as of today, January 26th, like Dan said, there's been 5 reported cases of individuals in the United States who have tested positive for this coronavirus. There's 1 in Arizona, 2 in California, 1 in Illinois, which was in Chicago, and 1 in Washington. So, yeah. And all 5 of these individuals who have tested positive have recently returned from Wuhan, China.
Yeah, I mean, with Lunar New Year, people fly back over to China, go visit their family and such to celebrate the New Year with them. Then they come back. It's such bad timing for this virus to hit. And it's just like, I guess you'd say like flu or pneumonia where, like, you get it. It doesn't just hit you, like, right away. It's dormant for like a week or 2, and then it pops up.
Yeah, I heard it was 14 days, and 14 days until it hits you. But during those 14 days, you're a carrier of it, and you can transmit it to other people in those 14 days. But you don't even know you have it, which, that is crazy. But as of right now in the United States, there's 63 individuals in 22 different states that are being monitored for this virus. So on Saturday, January 25th, the United States Department ordered the evacuation of all United States personnel at the consulate in Wuhan. And then on January 26th, which was Sunday, and that's today we're reporting, China has locked down and quarantined 17 total cities. So the total amount of people combined, the citizens that are in this quarantine, is over 50 million. They also shut down all public transports, all businesses, that's including McDonald's and Starbucks. They also shut down all public schools, and no children are allowed to go anywhere. And they also prohibited driving of any public vehicles. Dude.
So I know, like you said, that they're evacuating all the U.S. personnel out of there. Now, anybody that went over, like, there to celebrate with family and come back, they are bringing all of them back. So
Yeah, I read that as well.
So that means even if, like, hate to say it, they're bringing more people over that could be infected right now. But,
Yeah.
you know, they're U.S. citizens. We want to help our people. I understand.
Yeah, just please quarantine them for 14 days.
God, you know what sucks, though?
What?
The pilots and the stewardess and stuff.
Oh, dude, you're gonna have to wrap me in a fucking entire bubble and have me, you know, breathing out of an SCBA if you want me to get on a plane with people.
In the notes, you know, what they say about the 30-year-old man in Washington, how they have him quarantined. They have him quarantined in a room. Nobody's really allowed to go in there. They have a robot with cameras that's able to go in there, check his vitals and everything. That's controlled by the medical staff.
God dang. Oh, yeah. This is horrible, and we got a lot of theories that we'll go over because I got a lot of theories about that and how this is way more serious than what they're reporting. But we'll get into that here in a minute. I'll cover a few of these things real quick, then we'll hop right into theories. But I think it was yesterday. So China announced that they were going to build a brand new 1,000 bed hospital facility, and it was going to take them just 6 days. And you can go to Sky News on Twitter and see the multiple bulldozers hacking away at the ground. There's like 30 or 40 of these backhoes digging for this brand new 1,000 bed hospital facility that they're somehow going to build in 6 days. I don't know how, but also I seen a video that China has been spraying residential areas with this disinfectant in Shanghai, and that was supposedly to combat the spread of the virus. Have you seen that video on Twitter?
I have not.
They have a video of them spraying some kind of disinfectant. If you go to our Twitter, which is _ TOT3, the number 3, and then K, on Twitter, you can see this video. I think, Dan, you retweeted it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can check it out. It's the video of them spraying this disinfectant over the city. So,
Crazy.
why hasn't the World Health Organization announced an emergency? You know, they've so far declined to categorize the coronavirus as a global health emergency. They actually praised China for its efforts to contain the virus, which not a very good job. But no, the CDC said today, which is the 26th, that doctors around the United States have been calling, quote unquote, all day and night about potential cases of the virus around the country. So I think it's a whole lot more serious than what we're being told. But now we're going to kind of go over the theories about the coronavirus, which I'll cover this first one, the underreported theory. This theory is that the coronavirus is a lot more deadlier than everyone is being told. If you think about the information above that we went over, and also think about how China likes to, quote-unquote, save face, and they have mass control of their citizens, the rumor is that China, has turned off the internet nationwide, and they're only allowing certain individuals to post about the virus itself. That China is massively underreporting the virus itself to the World Health Organization, and that the true infected rate is over 1 million, with a death toll of over 100,000. And what kind of goes with this theory is the mass grave theory, is that that giant 1,000 bed hospital that China is building in supposedly 6 or 10 days?
Yeah.
The theory is that it's not supposed to be a hospital at all, but in fact a giant grave for bodies to either be burned or buried in, since there's no construction materials there. Just 30 to 40 backholes digging a giant hole where this hospital is supposed to be built. That's one of the theories. I can believe the huge underreporting. If you look at everything that's going on and how these people are reacting to this and how they're what they're doing, I think it's massively underreported. You look at the hospitals and how they were overran and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's being underreported.
I mean, I honestly hope it's not that theory of actually infected rate of over 1 million, death toll over 100,000. Because I know the mortality rate is 3% of this, but if you're an infant, your immune's not high, and if you're elderly, your immune system's not that good, so they get it. It's going to be a higher mortality rate.
I hope I'm wrong about the first theory, but
And the next theory, every 100-year theory. This theory is that every 100 years, a deadly virus is released by something or someone to help with population control. For example, in 1720, there was a Great Plague of France. This was the last significant European outbreak of the bubonic plague. It killed a total of 100,000 people in France. Then in 1820, there was the cholera pandemic. So by 1820, cholera had spread to Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines. On the island of Java alone, the outbreak caused the death of 100,000 people. Then in 1920, the world was faced with the Spanish flu pandemic and affected over 500 million people worldwide and killed between 20 to 50 million.
Yep. Now 100 years later, we got this coronavirus. I don't know. Question is, if this is released every 100 years, who's doing it to help with population control? If that's the whole purpose. Or maybe the Earth goes to this 100-year cycle of where it makes this virus somehow.
I mean, that'd be crazy.
The aliens that are sitting up there just watching us.
All right, flip the switch.
It's been 100 years. Let's flip the switch again.
Oh man, has it been 100 years already? Yeah, they have like different accents and shit.
Yeah, those are my favorite aliens. So this next one is called the CIA theory. So this CIA theory is the following. The current outbreak of the new strain of coronavirus is a covert program run by a shadow faction of the CIA. The program is called Operation Ultraviolet. The designer strain is a viral weaponry that's designed to take out people with the East Asia genetic markers. This is to covertly cull the Chinese population, making their military less effective. The target site, Wuhan, was chosen because of the recent BLS-4 lab built there, which would serve as a plausible outbreak cause. This strain is highly contagious, and it's estimated the disease spread will be exponential. And it is not an accident that it was released around the time of Chinese New Year celebration. This was done for maximum impact. The estimated fatalities by the end of the year is 350 to 400 million. So that's the theory. Something interesting to note to go along with that theory, that the International Weekly Journal of Science published an article in 2017 that talked about how China had built a lab in Wuhan to study the world's most dangerous pathogens. It was the BLS-4 lab. So, either that's a really good LARP or that's true. I don't know. I could see it happening, you know?
Yeah, so why would they build a lab like that to study such dangerous pathogens in like a city? Why don't they build it out somewhere where it's like secluded?
It's 20 miles outside the city. It's still considered like Wuhan, but it's 20 miles outside of it.
Oh, 20 miles, that ain't shit.
Yeah, I know. It needs to be underground like Resident Evil, you know?
You literally just took that out of my brain. I was about to say that. They need to do like the Umbrella Corporation, build a fucking hive down into the ground, so when that shit breaks out, fucking just seal that shit up, be done with it.
Yeah, 100%. But you want to go over some interesting facts?
Sure. So, some interesting facts we got here. The first one is Bill and Melinda Gates. So this theory kind of presents a few facts that then allows you to put together the pieces. The next thing is factually and really did happen. On October 18th in 2019, before the coronavirus outbreak, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and the World Economic Forum co-hosted an event in New York City where policymakers, business leaders, and health officials worked together on a simulated virus outbreak. What virus did they simulate? The coronavirus.
Those motherfuckers. I knew Bill was up to no good.
This simulation was titled the event 201 Pandemic. A high-level pandemic exercise dropped participants right in the midst of an uncontrolled coronavirus outbreak that was spreading like wildfire out of South America and was set to wreak worldwide havoc. According to Johns Hopkins University, the simulation of the coronavirus drill resulted in a death toll of 65 million people within 18 months.
Dude, what's Bill and Melinda Gates up to? Do you always like hear about them and the conspiracies about vaccines and stuff? I mean, what is the friggin' coincidence? A couple months ago, they run a simulation of this coronavirus outbreak, and then it happens. That's a little weird. Something also interesting to point out is that we got a message from a user named Chantel on Instagram, she sent us a link to a U.S. patent. And I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. So it's U.S. patent US 7220852B as in Bravo, and then the number 1. So highlight that link of that patent, Dan, and go to it. And I'll post this patent as a picture on our Instagram for you guys to go look at. This is a patent for the human coronavirus, and it was a patent in 2004. And look at the application status and what date that expired.
Oh, application status is expired. Fee related 1/26/2020.
That's fucking today. It expired today. And then on June 28th, 2007, the patent was assigned to the government of the United States of America as represented by the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They've had this since 2003. I would like to think that it was for the study of this virus, but why would you need to file a patent on it? I don't know. I don't know how any of that stuff works. If any of you guys know how it works, send me a message. I don't know. That's some fuckery, right?
Yeah, it is.
And to add to more of that fuckery, I've been following this coronavirus very closely over the past few days. I mean, you can vouch for me, Dan. I send you like these freaking texts as like doom's on. We're all going down. Get in your bunkers. No, but I was following a lot of people on social media that were quote unquote social media insiders from China who were posting about what was going on. And as of today, when I went to go look them up to write about what they were posting, all of them had their Twitter accounts suspended due to a violation of the Twitter rules. There was a few of them that I could find that I hadn't been following, but all of them that I was following suspended. This is weird. This whole coronavirus outbreak is weird. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if there's a theory that it's, the wag the dog, that they want you, some people are saying that they want you to look at this coronavirus and keep your attention on it so you don't pay attention to the Trump impeachment, which I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's just like a big old fiasco right now.
It is.
The coronavirus, though, I don't think it's covering the impeachment. I mean, it might be covering Epstein's death, because Epstein didn't kill himself.
That is true.
But I don't know. It literally seems like someone is trying to divert our attention, from something that's about to happen. We're going to be too busy trying to deal with this, and something else is going to happen. Yeah,
there's also another theory I came across. There's a guy that is called Mr. Top Secret, and he was on 4chan. And I sometimes scroll the boards of 4chan Paranormal, right, just to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And this Mr. Top Secret was posting about this coronavirus, and he said he just got back from a briefing of the UK's Department of Disease and Control, and he said the coronavirus was an escaped viral bioweapon, and it's a heavily modified chimera strain of flu with a bioengineered neurological kick to it. He said it's 2 viruses in one. The flu is just the method of delivery for the real payload. It causes people to develop flu-like symptoms that creep for a while and then suddenly fall over where they stand as the payload creeps through their body and then infects the brain, which does something to the diaphragm, inhibiting breathing, and lung tissue, which makes you produce liquid in your lungs so you drown. And they said it could be spread via skin-to-skin contact, air, water, and blood. And it was developed.
spammy. So annoying. Yeah, you're fucking weird. Let me just say that.
Only the spider is safe in her web.
Do I go tank Elise? With one AVI. I don't think I go tank Elise. Is that? You ain't got to lock in, buddy. I was looking at something. New releases, Revenant. $16. I should have been Omnivamp.
I know what
Welcome
lurks
to
in
Summoner's
shadows.
Rift.
They need guidance.
I do that in lane. I do that top lane actually. Change top.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
You see me type thank you, love. Erase it. Thank you, daddy. Erase it. Thank you. Somebody watches that.
Every web, a masterpiece. Tangled in my web.
Send me something else.
Dangling by a thread.
Chair keeps sinking. So I was still thinking.
They'll make quite the mess.
put some fake teeth in. That's what
I
the fuck
can
it says.
show them the way to divinity.
I didn't see it. I'm just saying. That shit was kind of scary. You don't think?
Ah, the tangled webs we weave.
First blood.
We
An
must
enemy
all
has
make
been slain.
sacrifices. I know the true path.
Simply delicious. Sate my hunger.
But
Nothing but buzzing flies. The pain will be fleeting. An ally has been slain.
Pull the strings. Watch them dance.
You have slain an enemy. You have been slain.
why is that bitch here? This shit, yo. This shit.
My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Gouge him, Valor.
The spider demands sacrifice.
An enemy has been slain.
There is nothing to fear.
Simply delicious. Enemy killing spree.
I have refined taste. I know what lurks in the shadows. They need guidance.
Gouge them, Valor.
It will all be over soon.
Hello, little spirits.
Every web, a masterpiece.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has
Run
been
with
slain.
me.
We must all make sacrifices.
Slain an enemy.
And they're just going too damn fast, so I gotta like rewind. When I did that, no, was the snowman looking so.
I can show them the way to divinity. We will fools. Pull the strings, watch them dance.
Go for the eyes.
My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Valor to me.
There is nothing to fear.
An enemy has been slain.
Ow! Gouge them, Valor.
I know the true path.
Enemy rampage.
I just thought this is.
Valor to me.
They need guidance.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Nothing but buzzing flies. dangling by a thread.
This man has.
The spider demands sacrifice.
Out from Valor.
Turret plating will soon fall. An enemy is unstoppable.
I know what lurks in the shadows. We must all make sacrifices.
Gouge him, Valor.
Slain an enemy. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
The tangled webs we
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Go for the eyes.
Shut down. An ally has been slain. Dominating.
I can show them the way to divinity.
An enemy has been slain. Patience.
I have refined tastes.
Oh, excuse me.
Killing spree. Shut down.
How fast can they run on two legs?
I'm just beginning.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
They'll make quite the mess. Every web A masterpiece.
Put that way, boy.
Pull the strings. Watch them dance.
Godlike. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Oh, I pressed it.
An ally has been slain. Ally has been slain.
What?
Your turret has been destroyed.
They must be mad at each other. A song.
There's nothing to fear.
An enemy has been slain.
I know the true path.
Shut down. You have slain an enemy.
They need guidance.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Got it.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
We must all make sacrifices.
Oh. Lucky.
Weak-willed fools.
You have slain an enemy.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
They look nice, a little dry, but a little nice. I seen better. I'm just kidding.
Nothing but
Listen.
fuzzy flies.
I think Susan can.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Every web, a masterpiece.
Killing spree.
Simply delicious.
Double kill.
Dangling by a thread.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I can show them the way to divinity. My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Killing spree.
Pull the strings, watch them dance.
This what? Yeah. Oh, see how I took all this? Also, put the red next to the purple. The red and purple together. Let me see that. I know you got it. That goes more smooth.
There's
than,
nothing to fear. The spider demands sacrifice.
See me, just.
I know the true path.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy's inhibitor is respawning.
They need guidance.
Rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Tangled webs we weave.
An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Huh? It's time to G.
We must all make sacrifices. Tangled in my web. It will all be over soon.
team has destroyed a turret. Slain. An enemy has been slain.
Hello, little snake.
Dominating. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Godlike. Enemy has been slain. Victory!
He began tilted. It's the first of the month. Okay, he went back in the bot lane. That's what I like to see. Oh, they got carried hard. Oh, not carried, but okay, I see. George Floyd, 62. This kind of fucked up name. I see. It's the first of the month. Baby, what book? What kind of book? So I like, I obviously like the sci-fi mystery books. Do you want to do something like kind of genre? Oh, actually, that's all I want to do. Sherlock Holmes? Alright, so it can't be Sherlock Holmes. I mean, I can find a Sherlock Holmes book, but it'll make you fucking think. Think. I think harder than game. Nah. It could be whatever. I'm listening. Yeah, no, I'm definitely listening. But, what's that? I didn't say it. Yeah, I'm listening, so.
You're scared. Good to know.
But not. So, okay, what is this? I don't know what this do. So, we find like a mystery book. Let's go. Mystery thrillers right here. I wish it was just mystery, no thriller. Mystery. 23 true crime fighting. That'll be good. Mystery, anthology, short stories, amateur sleuths, hardboiled historical, LBGQT, international mystery and crime. So let's do action adventure or short stories. Short stories.
Oh my god, you got the dragon.
I got a PP. Ooh, Sherlock Holmes, Benedict Cumberbatch. Wait, I was just if it's not 18. I got a P. Do me a favor, baby. Hit accept. I gotta pause this real quick. Alright, Dust, I'm going AP. Wait, can you even hear me? I forgot about that. Wait, can you even hear me? I forgot about that. Positive. It's the first of the month. Positive. It's the first of the month. Not that well. Positive. I need to be. I think Aaron probably said the best. Wait, alright. Oh yeah, I just want to see if for apparent performance it does not pick up my voice. That's not it. fell hat. Party fell hat. Yeah.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
Our rage is beyond your control. That is our path.
Ooh, there. The shape-changing monster. Okay, bear.
Monkey bear?
No, just a bear. He's a shaman.
Oh, okay. Because he said monkeys.
Minions have
Our
spawned.
instincts are razor sharp. Without hesitation. Weapons are for the weak. Their fear is wise. We will not pity the defenseless. Do not deny your instincts, Summoner. Our rage is beyond your control. That is our path. Their death will only feed our rage.
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Our instincts are razor sharp.
An enemy has been slain.
Feral instinct guides our fist.
You want me somehow? I should do build this item first. What level was she? 4? I was 4 too.
We will not pity the defenseless.
Yo, I had smite. I could have won that.
We will make use of their
An
pelts.
ally has been slain.
weapons are for the weak. Do not deny your instincts, summoner. Our rage is beyond your control. That is our path. Their fear is wise. Going for a ride! Our instincts are razor sharp.
Shut down. An ally has been slain.
You're the #1 contender? I must have really cleaned out the division.
Without hesitation.
Has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Their death will only feed our rage. We will not leave the defenseless. Do not deny your instincts, summoner. Our rage is beyond your control. That is our path.
Rampage.
We will make use of their pelts.
You know, my mom's of a style. That's the only reason I ain't stomped you yet.
Our instincts are raised.
You have been slain.
Oh god. I can't fight too early. 3 AP actually. Ooh.
An ally has been
Not the
slain.
defenseless.
Shut down.
His name is Brother Joe.
Do not deny your instincts, summoner. Our rage is beyond your control. Guides our fist. Their fear is wise.
Shut down.
Are for weak. Without hesitation. Our instincts are razor sharp.
Enemy double kill.
That was so pretty, so bad, so bad, that was so bad.
Turret plating will soon fall. An ally has been slain.
We will not pity the defenseless.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Do not deny your instincts, summoner.
Killing spree.
Okay. Is Fish going AP? I wish he was. That'd been so much easier.
Your team has destroyed
So
a
that
turret.
stacks up, bro.
Our rage is beyond your control.
Yumi has 4 kills.
Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Goodbye, fake Nico.
That is our path.
An enemy has been slain.
Our instincts are razor sharp. death will only feed our rage. We will not pity the defenseless. Feral instinct guides our fist.
An ally has been slain.
Do not deny your instincts.
Totally doing this!
Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
Their fear is
You
wise.
have slain an enemy.
Our rage is beyond your control. Without hesitation. That is our path.
I'm gonna want that back, Red! This is my favorite
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Blaine! Are you...
Our instincts are razor sharp. Their death will only feed our rage. Feral instinct guides our fist.
An enemy has been slain.
There you go.
Weapons are for the weak.
An ally has been slain.
We will not
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Do not deny your instincts, summoner. Their fear is wise. Our rage is beyond your control.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
We will make use of their pelts. That is our path.
You have been slain.
What's it looking? What you doing to me?
Shut down.
Ah,
An ally has been slain.
Our instincts are razor sharp.
You need a new shield, buddy? I was hiding!
Not pity the defenseless.
You're looking a little bruised.
Enemy double kill.
he doesn't have plans. Twice this big. Like I gotta build. Is he gonna game? Yeah. Win, lose, win, lose. That's how it is. Me, his choke gotta be a little bigger. He's good there.
Do not deny your instincts, summoner.
Oh.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Down.
Our rage is beyond your control.
An ally has been slain.
That is our path.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Razor sharp.
Nico, your W has to be in the place.
Without hesitation.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I have nothing against this guy. I can't even get to him.
It's me!
Your turret has been destroyed.
We will not pity the
What that
defenseless.
dude? What that dude? Why does he go? Why does he keep changing that dude?
Do not deny your instincts,
welcome.
summoner.
I'll be right under their nose.
An enemy has been slain.
is beyond your control. Their death will only feed our rage. That is our path.
I am totally doing this! Ha! We did it! We knocked him over!
Ally has been slain.
Now you're ready to
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
Oh, hello!
We shouldn't have been that far out. We're just dying. Wait, click and get on Nico.
Your turret has been destroyed.
This is not bursting.
Our instincts are razor
So your
sharp.
carries are 5 and 11, 6 and 5. They're not doing much. I can go in all I want. You can't kill them.
We will not pity the defenseless.
This is my favorite chapter!
Enemy kills. Enemy double kill. Ally has been slain. Enemy quadra kill. Aced.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You miss your kill.
Do not deny your instincts, summoner.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Our rage is
Your
beyond
turret has
your
been destroyed.
control.
An enemy is godlike. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
That is our path.
Yo. Last
Our instincts are razor sharp.
You have been slain. Enemy double kill. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Shut down. An ally has been slain. Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret turret has been destroyed.
Busted heads!
Defeat.
Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. That's how it goes. I saw. I was looking. You were like this. Look, looking at me. Or looking at me. I was looking. Lose, win, lose, win, lose. I get overwhelmed. Let's pause it.
Minions have spawned.
You do not know burden until you've seen 1,000 people hanging on your every word.
Where's he watching this?
Strike fast and without misstep.
This one again.
Of course I can fight. I grew up with 4 siblings. Do we want to be safe or free? The choice is ours. Look, a dance partner. I move to unsung melodies and unbeaten rhythms. Freedom has a demanding rhythm. Dance with what brought you. In this case, blades. An ocean separates us, for good reason.
Why he flares? Is he? That shit hurts us now, though. I don't like that one.
I did not light my Oma's lantern. I don't want her to see this slaughter.
Your ally has been slain.
There's a saying, never fight Ionians on their home soil.
An enemy has been slain.
There is no retreat! Own! Zealous! Kai! Leave this land! I carry a lot more than these blades. strange power works through me, I do not know. Alone at last. I'll make the most of it. And breathe.
Oh my god, he just hit 6. Unlucky. So bad too.
This is far from over. We have not yet begun to fight.
Yeah, I gotta go see him. I get over.
Father, Mother, Zelos, Oma, Own, Kai, Little Rue. None of them ever had a chance. Even if they kill me, they'll still have to fight the land.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Eyes up!
Oh my god.
Always in the killing spree.
Not good. I'm annoyed. They're such bitches. Plus that bitch is fast.
My form is off. Can't let them see.
Now I gotta go fucking beefy. Not crit.
Remember what's been lost. Fight for what hasn't been.
An ally has been slain.
We are sharpest where we break. Cut them off! We are the only masters of our fate.
Where are you going?
You missed.
Step with me. You do not know burden until you see the symbol hanging on your every word.
Rampage.
Do something this game.
Never stop learning. There's always a form you don't know.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Invader! We must stay moving. Keep them getting unstoppable. Enemy rampage.
Just doesn't fucking die. I need to play some top lane. That's just annoying.
I did not light my Oma's lantern. I don't want her to see this slaughter.
I get. What are you doing? A rabbit? No? This dude can't see ass. Holy shit.
Father, Mother, Zelos, Oma, Own, Kai, Little Rue. None of them ever had a chance. You have slain an enemy. That's for my Oma. 7, 2.
You can't hide from me.
Our time is now. World. Lift. Peace requires 2 participants. A single pebble may sink a warship, and 1,000 pebbles. Zelos stole the worst jokes. How I miss them.
Dominating. An ally has been slain. Turret plating will soon fall.
See, King. They'll know me as the last to lay down her weapons. I am the great river, flowing where I please. I am both the tranquil sea and the tempest. June!
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Well, time to find my feet. You do not know burden until you've seen 1,000 people hanging on your every word.
Paper time. Oh, we missed the fucking pass. 10. Damn. That sucks, actually.
Stay ready, and there is no need to get ready. Still mind, swift movement.
I bring the light back.
Where they fell, freedom grew.
Enemy has been slain.
Harm no one, unless they come for your home. When no one's around, I dance for myself. It's quiet now. Time to find my own rhythm.
Okay.
Alone at last. I'll make the most of it. They didn't kill us all.
Slain an enemy.
And back to center.
He has
They
destroyed
pay with our magics.
Waited.
They'll pay with their lives.
Leave no walls for them to hide behind.
Why did this so loud? These fucking loud. Ah, waited. I get overwhelmed.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Look at some gas, okay? Apparently there's a gas.
I did not kill someone.
There'll be a gas shortage next week.
I don't want her to see this slaughter.
Some East, a piping on East Line, East Coast of America, got hacked or something. I don't know. Somebody's trying to say something about it. So we'll get some full of gas tank up. No, there's gonna be a shortage of gas. So gas prices probably gonna
Follow my
a little
lead.
bit. And but something.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I didn't know this man was on drugs.
They thought they could tame our land.
Godlike.
The voices of my brothers still carry on the wind.
An ally has been slain.
Oh! I am not unfriendly. I am a warm and caring person. Ionia still stands!
He still had his ult, he just fought. That kind of the fuck out of me, bro. Cause I just killed the dude. Let me get GA the fuck up. I get this. Delete the dude and you can't kill him.
Ugh. Need to get my rhythm back. Live today like you're going to die tomorrow.
There's a whole jungle I should take up there.
I've never killed a person. Just the love Noxians.
No.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Ionia calls! Shower
Redemption in the light!
Enemy killing spree. Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy rampage. Shut down. Enemy triple kill. Ace.
Fuck, not the kill. Staying as Baron.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I will not disappoint.
Like, he no fucking die. So fucking annoying, yo. All you gotta do is split push. And he fucking flashes so fast.
Bite at their heels.
It appears my dance continues.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Double kill.
We stand or perish. My Oma always said I had angry feet. Mind your form.
Blood for blood.
No room for error. These blades were whetted on the bones of tyrants.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Mother, Zelos, Oma, On, Kai, Lauru. None of them ever had a chance. A master weapon needs no haft.
Killing spree.
I remember when we danced for fun.
Godlike.
Give them an inch, they'll take a kingdom. Be the leader they need.
An enemy has been slain.
My dance has 42 forms. They'll only see one.
Stop, dummy.
We do this for those who came before us, and those who come next. Better times there were, and will be again.
Fear me.
If they capture me, they'll kill me. No.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Is that what they want?
Accept my offering.
Not this good.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Oh, that was just like nothing was happening. It was like
The
wait for
enemy's
something to happen.
inhibitor is respawning soon. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret.
That's a beautiful little tower. I know it moves.
This is far from
Your
over.
team has destroyed
We have
a
not
turret.
yet begun to fight.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
No!
Enemy double kill. Rampage.
Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. No shade. Never seen the sun. That makes it. More. Is that what you said? I haven't actually done it on this system. I see what's on there. I'm trying to see you back up pretty quick. What the hell is that? Like ice? Weird. Okay. So now. So I can You want your seatbelt when you're riding? You have to go book. You almost died just now. You touched my feet. You almost died.
You dropped my shit.
Yes, ma'am. You could go ahead and do that now.
You would. No.
Go ahead.
No.
Please. 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 The Raven Boys. The Jack the Ripper. Serpent and Dove.
Drag the stripper.
Ripper.
Stripper.
Ark of a Sith. With, okay. Ready?
No.
Oh, the gate was good. Okay, ready? Two teams must okay. Ready? Two teams must learn the art of killing. With a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery, humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death.
Yeah, right.
Now Siths are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Sidra, Rowan are chosen apprentices to a Sith, a role neither of them wants. These teams must master the art of taking life, knowing the consequence of failure could mean losing their own life.
It's nice fantasy, but
What?
that's a nice fantasy, but
Yeah. It wasn't more realistic. Or supernatural. I like the supernatural shit. I want to play a Kali. How do I play her?
you don't.
I don't. I suck. Yeah.
Tyrant.
Okay. Okay. Another one. 6 crows. Cut her down. A bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price, and no one knows the better than the criminal prodigy Kaz Brecker. Kaz has already chance at a deadly heist that can make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull off alone. Convict with thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter. Oh yeah, I read that one. This is what Ascension is. I banned my bitch. There, baby, there you go.
Only the spider is safe in her web.
I should've went Uder me. Years ago, Candace's brother entered the Serpent's Spire, a colossal site with ever-shifting rooms, traps, and monsters. Those who survived Spire trails return home within 2 minutes. A mark granted them the bearer of magical powers. According to the legend, those few who reach the top of the tower will be granted a boon by the Spire's goddess. He never returned. Natural return. He heads to the top floor on a mission to be the goddess. He gets himself out there. Okay, it won't be easier. He gets back. Yeah. Weapons, but place. One of us. Pay attention. Pay close attention. You might solve this. On Monday afternoon, 5 students at Bayview High walk into detention. Bronny, the brain, a Yale-bound never breaks a rule. Addie, the beauty, is the picture-perfect homecoming princess. Nate, the criminal, is already on probation for dealing, and Cooper, the athlete, is the all-star baseball pitcher. And Simon, the outcast, is the creator of Bayview notorious gossip app. Only Simon never makes it out the classroom. Before the end of detention, Simon's dead. In the court's investigators, his death wasn't an accident. On Monday, he died, but on Tuesday, he planned to post juicy reveal about all 4 of his high school classmates, which makes all 4 of them suspects in the murder or...
The pact is made.
Look boring as fuck. Boring.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I just look boring. 14-4? Why this dude gotta be good? I don't want to play.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'm trying to get a build. You're gonna need a seatbelt when you're riding.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Hill. Oh my god.
We must
Minions
always
have spawned.
sacrifices. Pull the strings. Watch them dance. I can show them the way to divinity. I have refined tastes. Weak-willed fools.
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Ah, the tangled webs we weave.
An ally has been slain.
Sate my hunger.
An ally has been slain.
Dangling by a thread. The spider demands sacrifice.
Slain an enemy. You have been slain.
Many foes, one strike.
Get wrecked!
They need guidance. I know the true path.
Ally has been slain.
My true beauty is beneath the skin.
Shut down.
It will all be over soon.
Face the wind!
Did you miss it?
Has been slain. You have slain and
Go for the eye.
you have been slain.
Look out below! Gouge him, Valor.
Ally has been slain.
There is nothing.
Ally has been slain.
Every web a masterpiece. I know what lurks in the shadows.
Can't touch me!
God, Bill, I didn't do it. Really not watching this heat. Get my lane. Mind and body.
Pull the strings. Watch them dance.
An ally has been slain.
Nothing but buzzing flies.
An ally has been slain.
Strand by silken thread.
Heads up!
Rampage.
Step up!
Enemy killing spree.
Yo,
Your turret has been destroyed.
jump with your Oh my god, he's on 4. With exhaust. Yeah.
An enemy is unstoppable.
This dude's just fucking picking up shit now.
They need guidance.
Okay.
Enemy rampage. An
Okay.
ally has been slain.
All make sacrifices.
18-5. This was just ending now.
I know the true path. My true beauty is beneath the skin.
So what?
Delicious. The pain will be fleeting. They'll make quite the mess.
Gouge of valor.
Yeah!
An enemy is unstoppable.
Eyes on me!
You have slain an enemy.
Replay!
An enemy has been slain.
I have refined tastes.
Oh, that's how that works.
Double kill.
That's how that works. Let me get out of that. No, I can't come back. I believe.
An enemy is legendary. Your turret has been
Every
destroyed.
web a masterpiece.
Tell me where are you going?
Aha!
Bitch, echoes, boys.
Yeah!
Ah, the tangled webs we weave.
What the fuck is he doing?
You have slain an enemy.
Fly.
Nothing but buzzing flies.
What do you see? Enemy double kill. Shut down.
You better move your
Turret has
powder.
been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Pull the strings. Watch them dance. I can show them the way to divinity.
Good off. Damn it.
Enemy double kill.
I have 609 kills.
An ally has been slain. Down.
I know what lurks.
Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed.
Speed of thought.
Your turret has been destroyed. The enemy is legendary.
We must all make sacrifices.
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
I lurk in every shadow.
They need guidance.
Go for the eyes. You have slain an enemy.
Nothing escapes my web.
My true beauty is beneath the skin. Dangling by a thread.
Our bond preserves. Legendary.
Every web a masterpiece.
I get overwhelmed.
Weak-willed fools.
Who? Yeah.
An ally has been slain.
There's nothing to fear.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I can show them the
Your
way.
turret has been destroyed.
So you want you to do this?
Pull the strings. Watch them dance.
What's that?
Schedule Monday to Friday, 7 a.m.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
You have been slain.
How do you put him through all that?
Shut down. Claim yours. Enemy double kill.
They need guidance.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
A master stroke.
You must always shut down.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Many foes, one strike.
Has been slain.
Nothing but buzzing flies.
Listen,
My true
watch some
beauty
shows, some shit.
is beneath the skin.
Go for the eyes.
I know the true path.
Now! Shut down.
Sate my hunger.
Heads up!
Oh my god.
An ally has been slain.
There is nothing to fear.
Replay!
An enemy is legendary.
Step up!
You have slain an enemy. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Wow. Boy, grapefruit juice. That is more AP.
Every
I think
web,
it's more,
a masterpiece.
fucking tax speed.
Partake of my poison.
An ally has been slain.
I can show them the way to divinity.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. An ally has been slain.
Pull the strings. Watch them dance.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Eyes on me! Check this out!
Place the win!
Remix!
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy is legendary. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is legendary. Enemy double kill. Ace. Defeat.